Lions, tigers, and big cats, oh my. Welcome to Big Cat Rescue.
Our team curiously reached out to find out what Big Cat Rescue is all about, who they are, where they came from, and what is their mission. But what we found was so unbelievably inspirational, it became our mission to share their story.
This nonprofit organization has banded together to rescue a variety of wild cats, educate the public, and stand for change.
Meet Afton, Big Cat Rescue's media producer, and Jeff, the director of donor appreciation. We were lucky enough to get in contact with them to learn more about this organization, and through a span of 2 days, our team was able to learn about what makes Big Cat Rescue the perfect place for these furry felines.
From the volunteers to interns to visitors and staff to the cleaning and playing, the education and what we can do, our team learned it all so we can share it with you. So prepare to pounce into the 9 lives of Big Cat Rescue.
Big Cat Rescue is located in the northwest section of Tampa, so it's only about 20 minutes from Tampa International Airport, right in the heart of Tampa. Big Cat Rescue is one of the world's largest accredited sanctuaries that's dedicated to the rescue and to provide a permanent home for cats that either been exploited in entertainment acts or they've come from fur farms where they were going to just harvest those animals for the fur industry, or in the last 5 years a great source of our cats have come from people that own them in private ownership. So it's unfortunately legal in about approximately half the United States to own all the cats we have at the sanctuary.
Once we rescue big cats here, we don't breed, buy, sell, or trade our cats. Once they get here, this becomes their permanent home, and this is their safe haven for the rest of their lives.
Hi, my love.
We're a 501c3, one of the nation's most efficient 501c3 animal welfare charities, and we don't receive any government funding because the funding, it's not because we don't qualify, there isn't funding for the animal welfare charities. So our contributions come from individuals, families, and some businesses. So our annual operating budget is a little over $3 million. It costs us approximately $10,000 a year per lion and tiger. We spend about 15 to 20% of our income on operating and overhead, whereas the vast majority of the money is going to go directly toward the welfare of the cats. And we actually top that statistic because we take our tour funds and our gift shop sales, and we've always paid all of our administrative costs. So when our donors make a donation to the sanctuary, we can actually proudly promote that 100% of the dollar in the donation is going toward the welfare of the cats.
With animals coming into a sanctuary, we dedicate our lives to providing them the best possible care, whether it's good food, a good environment to live in that has natural surroundings, good vet care. You see them transitioning pretty well. You know, they come and they may be a bit nervous, or some of them haven't even felt like ground or grass or anything like that before. And then you see them become more social and adapt to their surroundings and like to interact with their neighbors or their keepers. It's really neat to see them settle in and actually live very happy lives.
So our founder and her first husband, they were real estate investors, and they bought 45 acres at the time in the heart of Tampa. There was nothing around us, no mall across the street, no Veterans Expressway next door. And they were kind of greenbelt the property. And they'd gone to a surplus animal auction locally, and there was a gentleman that had a bobcat on a leash and a collar, and they come to find out that it was his wife's pet that she didn't want. So not knowing better, our founder and her husband bought the bobcat, and that's how this all started. There was no intent to start a Big Cat Rescue. No one wants to get into the sanctuary world. That you don't make a living there, you make a difference.
There are many different types of tours offered at Big Cat Rescue.
The 2 regular tours offered are the adult and kids tours.
The adult tour is offered every day of the week except Thursday.
And make sure to book your reservations online before you go.
We offer a variety of tours. Our most popular is the adult tour. It's an hour-and-a-half guided tour on foot throughout our sanctuary. You can see anything from as small as a bobcat to a tiger.
The kids tour for children ages 10 and up are offered on Saturdays and Sundays at noon.
There is also a private photo tour and 3 other specialty tours that give visitors an even more in-depth adventure.
We also offer a feeding tour, a keeper tour, and a night tour, and just give a variety of what we have to offer. The keeper tour shows our Operant Conditioning program and our Enrichment program. The night tour is just a neat experience. They all act a little different at night.
Get your walking shoes ready and prepare to find yourself face to face with the king of the jungle and more as your Big Cat volunteers step up to guide you through this tour.
Feeling hungry? At the crack of dawn, as everyone is waking up for breakfast, so are our big cat friends.
We went to visit the sanctuary early that morning to see how they start their day.
Each day, making sure the cats are fed is the top priority of the Big Cat crew. And when it comes to feeding over 70 cats each day, it takes a lot of preparation to get these furry tummies full.
We are in food prep. This is where all the cats' diets are made. We go through about 500 pounds of food a week. Each tiger line eats about 15 pounds a day. As far as what we feed the cats, we have a variety of foods that we provide for them, depending on the size of the cat. So we have different types of chicken. This is a chicken quarter, and it is bone-in. So all of our cats actually eat it with the bone. We have boneless chicken thighs. This will be mainly for the smaller cats will get this. The smaller cats like the chicken necks. And we also have what we call red meat. So this would be a tiger red. Tiger would get this, or maybe 2 of them. And then the bobcats, lynx, leopards, we'll cut them to size depending on that cat's diet. We also have, which is the most important part, is a zoological grade mush. It's pretty much ground up organs of a cow. This is pretty much the vitamins and minerals that they're gonna get is gonna come from here. In the wild, they're gonna eat the organs first because it has the high nutrition base. And each cat gets a specific size that we use in ball sizes. So the smaller cats, we go from ping pong all the way up to a softball size of mush.
After everyone's bellies are full, it's time to get to the dirty work.
So as far as cleaning goes, we take a litter bucket, and inside is another bucket that has light bleach water in it. We take the brushes and we scrub off the feeding plates and their water bowls. Anything that we need, we take the pole and it has a hook on it, and we bring it over to us, and then take the tongs and we pull it out. Everything that goes that's waste will go inside through the trash bag.
It's not easy taking care of these animals 365 days of the year.
When we asked Afton how often staff and interns have days off, both her and Jeff chuckled at the idea. As it turns out, interns have 1 day off a week, while staff almost never leaves.
Though it was apparent by the smiles on their faces, there's nowhere else they'd rather be.
Whether it's Easter, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, people are always there to tend to these animals.
So we'll be giving out some enrichment.
Enrichment? Well, what's that?
We had the same question when Afton told us we'd be handing some out to the cats that morning.
Enrichment is very important in captive animals' lives to stimulate their minds and their body and take care of anything that would cause them to have boredom.
We went over to the Big Cat E-Center to find out how enrichment is made.
So these are some enrichment items. We have tubes. We'll spray them with a perfume that the cat likes. Also, we have paper bags. They come in small, medium, and large, depending on the cat. We'll open it up, put some household spices on it. Rosemary is a good one, cinnamon they really like, and we'll sprinkle a little bit in here, and we'll roll it up into a ball and stuff it in the cage and watch them play.
So enrichment is used to encourage increased natural behaviors in the captive cats, such as grooming, water play, sunning, climbing, and denning. And watching the cat interact with these treats was remarkable.
Amanda sure does love that Betsy Johnson fragrance. Not only does Big Cat Rescue offer these animals scent types of enrichment, they also have a special cocktail humans might not find so tasty.
These are sickles. We offer blood sickles, but this is a sardini martini. We take up sardines and we put them into a blender and mix them with water and then freeze them in this cup and hand them to the cats.
Though we may pass on picking a sardini martini for happy hour, these cats enjoy and benefit from the charity's work through enrichment activities such as learning natural behaviors, discouraging boredom, and living a healthy life.
But you may wonder, how do these critters get their checkups?
Well, after we brought excitement to these cats' lives through enrichment, we learned about Operant.
But once again, what's Operant?
So we have a program called Operant Conditioning. This here's an operant stick, and then we use cut up meat. We use this to do natural behaviors with our cats. It's used for vet use, but it's also for an enrichment for the cats because they're getting their mind stimulated and they're getting some meat treats. But we do all natural behaviors such as down, sit, up. This is a way that we can look over their entire physical condition without sedating them for the doctors, and it makes it real easy for us and stress-free for the animal.
While watching Afton go through some of the motions of operant conditioning with some of these animals, we noticed something unique about the way she spoke with them.
This program is only positive reinforced, so if they're given a command and they don't give us the command that we're looking for, we never tell them no. We either reset and move on, or we wait patiently for that command that we've asked for.
Good job! So smart. After taking the typical morning trip through the facilities and seeing what it takes to start the day, we began to gather a real sense of the needed effort and work all those involved must provide to continue making a difference in these animals' lives.
And although these cats now thankfully have a loving and caring home, the places from which many of them have come are unbelievable.
Each cat has their own story, and each cat has their own experiences, which none of them should have ever had to endure. Meet Bengali. He's a male Bengal tiger who came from the circus, but unfortunately, through many years of living on concrete, has developed severe arthritis, as have many of the other sanctuary's rescuees.
It was heartbreaking to hear our guide inform us of how many of these animals had never felt the grass or seen the sky before arriving at Big Cat Rescue.
Nikita was rescued from Tennessee. The DA found her while they were doing a drug raid. She was living on a cement floor, so she has a lot of arthritic problems in her joints of her arms. She was taken to a zoo, and they were going to introduce her with the pride of lions that they had, but since the drug dealers declawed her, she wasn't fit to live with other lioness because she couldn't defend herself, so we took her here. Mickey is a 12-year-old male cougar. He came from a place in Alabama called Animal House. At Animal House, the conditions were very awful. A lot of the cats were emaciated. Mickey came to us very skinny, and he had torn ligaments in both of his legs, so his knees and his hips bowed out. As we rescued Mickey, we nursed him back to health, as far as giving him some food and putting a proper weight on him before we did his first knee surgery. After he had his first knee surgery, we did a bunch of physical therapy with him and get him walking and using it to make his legs strong again. When he became strong on that leg, then we went ahead and did the other leg. Despite Mickey's disability, he has a very playful spirit. He's always really happy. So overall, he's got a good quality of life left for the remainder of his years.
One of the biggest factors to consider is, most people that own these cats, I would have to say most don't do it with ill intent. They go into it not knowing what they're getting into. Everything looks cuddly and cute when it's little. And then what do you do when your little cougar or your little lion or tiger grows up? You either can't afford to take care of it or it becomes too dangerous to keep, and then they get relegated to, backyard cages and things like that. So I think really education is important. When we first started, it was all about rescue. And then we realized you can't rescue your way out of any situation like that. So we focused on education as well, connecting the public to the cause. We have to make sure that private citizens can't own lions, tigers, and leopards, and other creatures that are meant to be in the wild. So that's really what people can do, is empower themselves through education and learn that they can either help pass a law, or they can make a donation to support the cats. They can volunteer. There's so many things you can do in the nonprofit world for animals. It's kind of neat because you don't buy a fur coat, or you don't go to the circus. You can do a lot of things really easy, and you can be a huge positive change for these animals. The Big Cats and Public Safety Act is actually in Washington now. It's a House bill. We expect that it to be introduced into the Senate. We believe collectively we have the constituent base that is going to be able to get that bill through Washington, and once that happens, what it's going to do, it's going to say nobody can own a cat cheetah size or larger. If you have one, you don't have to euthanize it. The government will require you to register it, microchip it, agree not to breed, and then you can keep it for the rest of its life. And what that's going to do is put the big cat exploitation business out of business. The sanctuary's memorial wall is called the Forever Remembered Memorial Wall, and it's a place where we pay tribute to the magnificent creatures that called Big Cat Rescue home who have passed on. Our supporters will make a donation in honor of that cat, and then that cat is laser etched, the picture is laser etched into the granite plaque, and then the donor puts their name or a testament on the memorial plaque. And we feel it's an important way to recognize and honor those animals and these sentient creatures that are important not only in our lives at the sanctuary, but it's important not to forget them and remember where we've evolved from and where we'd like to evolve to, which is where we don't have to rescue animals and save them from these deplorable conditions, and hopefully, ideally, let them live free and in the wild.
With over 25,000 followers on Instagram, 240,000 subscribers on YouTube, and over 1.5 million friends on Facebook, this organization has touched the lives of millions of people from all over the world.
Not only have their feline residents brought joy to many of their visitors, but they've also shared a message so powerful, it's inspired millions to get involved.
It's important to remember, though they may be cute and fluffy, these cats are not meant for any household.
The educational information people receive from Big Cat Rescue is what makes this charity stand out.
For more information on what you can do to help, please visit bigcatrescue.org. And remember, it's our job to spread the word that these big cats want to live big lives.